Alright guys, welcome back to a new Minecraft guide. Today I'm going to teach you guys how you can farm animals in Minecraft. And we're going to be covering the most important ones. What we've got right here is the chicken farm, we've got the cow farm, we've got the sheep farm, we've got the pig farm, and then we also have a really fun one, which are the wolves. There are a lot more farms in Minecraft for animals, but these are the most important ones. Now, farming animals is actually very easy. When you spawn in the world for the first time, you're very likely to run around and beat up a bunch of cows, sheep, chickens, whatever you can find for food. Now, the best tip I can give is to not beat up everything that you can find, because they don't spawn very easily, especially in the Java edition. So if you have animals around, make sure to keep at least 2 cows, 2 sheep, 2 chickens, because you need at least 2 to actually make up your farm. Now, in order to create your farm, you're going to need a few items. Firstly, we need to create a farm for food so we can actually create an animal farm. So what you're going to need is a water bucket, you're going to need a diamond hoe, you're going to need oak fences, and also a white carpet. In order to get a white carpet, you can just kill one of the sheep that you find along the way and then turn that white wool into a white carpet. I'm going to show you why. Now, making a farmland is actually very easy. What you want to do is you want to break one block here, and then you want to put a water bucket with water in there. Next, you want to pick up your diamond hoe, and then you want to be making farmlands, and you can go up to 4 blocks away from any source of water. So if you have 1 block in the middle right here, you can go 4 blocks into this direction. You can create farmland 4 blocks into that direction, and they can also do in the other directions as well, and then you can fill up the entire thing into a square. Now, once you've created the entire farmland, the next thing you want to do is you want to create the farm itself. So what you're going to need are 2 things only. You need wheat seeds and you need carrots. Now, the most important thing with farming is that you can do it in 2 different ways. You can either just fill up the entire square like so and let it grow over the next few days, but this is not the most efficient way to do it. Actually, what you want to do is you want to create rows with your farm. So you want to have 1 row, exactly this one, which is the wheat seeds. Then you want to create a row of carrots. And the reason why you want to create rows like this is because it will grow faster. And this is something that not many people know. Now, the cool thing about having a farm is that it will grow automatically. But if you don't really feel like waiting and you've been beating up a bunch of skeletons at night, they will actually drop bones. And bones are really useful because you can actually create bone meal with bones, and that allows you to grow your farmland a lot faster. Once they've reached their maximum size, you can break them down and you can then collect the items for it, and these are items that you're going to need to actually create your animal farm. The next thing you'll want to do is you want to create yourself a spot where you can start farming your animals. In this case, we've got the fences already set up and ready, which we are going to create now. And then the cool thing is that you can actually put a white carpet on in around the corner, wherever you feel like, and then you can jump on it, and then you can jump right into the animal farm. Now, you can also create a gate, but the thing about creating a gate right here is that once you open the gate, the animals can actually walk away. So that's why you should always use a white carpet instead. Now, the first farm we're going to create is a chicken farm. What you want to do is you want to be picking up the wheat seeds, and you want to either put it in your front hand or into your offhand, which we're going to do right here. Now, this is very useful because you can still use the other hands to break items, right? So once you have the wheat seeds, you can just simply walk up to the chickens. They'll become very interested in what you have in your hand, and they will actually follow you all the way home if that's what you're doing. So once you get to your farm right here, simply you can break the fence like so, and then you can allow the chickens, let them follow you inside, and then you want to be trapping them like this. And now you can use the white carpet to jump over the farm, and now you can start feeding the chickens. So what you want to do is you want to be giving them the wheat seeds like this. And now once you give them the wheat seeds, they will start to create a baby, and that's how you get a bigger farm. The cool thing about chickens is that they also drop eggs, which means that you can pick those up, and there's always a very small chance that once you throw those eggs, there can be another chicken spawning right out of that egg, which also allows you to make the farm a lot bigger. Once your chicken farm is big enough, eventually what you can do is you can actually kill the chickens like this, and then once you have the meat, you can simply go to the furnace, and then you can use that raw chicken to create yourself cooked chicken. Cooked chicken is actually very effective for your hunger bar, so you don't run out of food anymore. Now, there is an alternative way to create cooked chicken, not by using the furnace and not using coal. Actually, what you want to do is, if you have the option, you can create yourself a diamond sword with looting 3 and fire aspect 2 on this item. We can just kill the chickens right now with fire aspect 2 enchantment onto the sword, and we instantly get cooked chicken. Now, since we have looting 3 on the diamond sword, we also get 3 times as much chicken from the chickens. So if we kill the chickens right now, we don't have to kill as many chickens in order to get an entire stack of cooked chicken. The next animal we're going to farm is going to be the cow as well as the sheep. These guys are actually very easy to farm. All you need to do is allow the wheat seeds to grow, and then they eventually turn into wheat. And wheat can then be put into your offhand, and the cows then become very interested in you. Now we're going to see if we can find the other cow here as well, and we're going to allow them to start following me. Also, we got a sheep right here, which also seems to be very interested. Sheeps actually have the exact same interest as cows do. So let's drag those cows into our farm like so. And let's put that fence down, and they're gonna walk out of the... Okay, we've got a second attempt right here getting the cows inside, but they're getting blocked a little bit thanks to the sheep. And just like that, we have the cow farm. Now, cows are, once again, they're very interested in wheat. So if you give them 2 wheat, 1 to each, they actually create a baby cow, which then multiplies, and you'll get a bigger farm this way. Cows are very important for 2 reasons. Firstly, if you have a bucket, you can actually right-click the cow and get yourself a bucket of milk. Secondly, cows are very important because if you kill a cow, you get food from them. And on top of that, they also drop leather, and leather is being used to create bookshelves and everything else for your enchantment table, and that allows you to get really amazing enchantments like this sword, for example. Now, sheep are actually being farmed the exact same way like cows are. What you can do is you can simply right click the sheeps, they will start to make a baby, and that's how you get a bigger farm. Now, the cool thing about sheep is that they usually come only in 1 or 2 colors, usually in white. You can actually dye them, give them a different color, and if you then breed them again, they will actually start to combine and give you a different color. Next, we have pigs, and they actually have interest in carrots. So if you want to make a pig farm, all you have to do is create yourself a farm for carrots, and then simply give the carrots to the farm, and then they'll start to multiply. The next farm we got, which is a really cool farm in my opinion, is actually the wolves farm. These little guys are one of my personal favorites, and the way how you farm them is a little bit different from the other animals we've got over there. So in order to create yourselves a wolves farm, what you can do is you can give them a little bit of bones, preferably more than 1, and then you give it to them. Now, in order to farm these wolves, you want to give them a raw chicken or something else that is raw. So it doesn't necessarily have to be raw chicken. There are other options as well. But of course, first you will have to give them the bones. Now, if you let them stand up, you can give them the raw chicken. They will start to produce more wolves as well. So just like that, we now have a baby wolf. Now, these little guys are actually awesome because once you have a farm for these little guys, they will actually start to follow you around. So if you really want to have a pet in Minecraft that follows you wherever you go, this is probably going to be the right one for you. Actually, if you're really fast, they will even start to teleport right behind you. Anyways, this is it for the Minecraft video. Thank you so much for watching today's animal guide, and I'll see you guys in the next video.